Max, and I am making Heretic goat milk soap today. So I've got frozen goat milk, and I'm adding lye to it. The reason I use frozen goat milk is that the chemical reaction with the lye can make it really hot, and because it's milk, it can burn, and then it smells weird and turns yellow. So we just freeze the milk, and then I'll also put the dish in the freezer for like half an hour beforehand to help it stay extra cold. I used to use like a, what's it called? A bath? Nope. Ice bath. But now that I'm making bigger batches, I don't actually, this thing doesn't fit in like the tub I have, so I just freeze it and it's fine. So I'm gonna try and be more explanatory this time. I don't know words, whatever, I know soap. But also the way I make the Heretic is kind of tricky, so I still might end up just being quiet, and you'll just have to figure it out. Also, this is absolutely not a how-to video. One should be wearing protection, such as goggles, which I'm not going to wear because I don't like goggles, but that's also really stupid, and at some point I will probably get caustic in my eyes, and I will regret not having worn goggles for the sake of vanity. So if you're going to make soap, please wear eye protection, and like arm protection, for being honest. Lye is a chemical burner, and it can burn you like in Fight Club. The kiss on the hand, that's what this is. So don't be like me. So anyways, the Heretic smells like hickory and suede and patchouli, and it's one of my favorite scents of the new ones. Well, it's kind of one of my favorite scents anyways. I don't know how to describe it. You're gonna have to just try it, I suppose. Take my word for it. So what this is doing right now is the lye is, I don't know, you can't see shit. It's melting the ice, the milk ice, and so that's why we froze it, because otherwise this would probably get to like a couple hundred degrees, and we have it at, it's 68 degrees right now. So that is why we freeze. Of little bits of lye all over my gloves. Good thing I'm wearing gloves at least. So anyways, I've got oil. So the Heretic is made using olive oil, coconut oil, palm oil, avocado oil, and sweet almond oil. So I just heated them up because the palm and the coconut are solid at room temperature. So I have them heated up to, let's see, they're 110 degrees right now. So in a perfect world, you want the temperature of the lye water, or in this case lye milk, and the oils to be within 20 degrees of each other. This can be more like 30, which is fine. It always is because I keep it so cold. And it works great, so I'm just trying to make sure I got all the lye in the milk. It's all a liquid now, there's no more chunks. So it's almost ready. I'm gonna wait a little bit, and I want the temperature to drop a couple degrees so I know that the chemical reaction of the lye and the milk is complete, and I'm not gonna be pouring lye directly into the soap. What? Whatever. If I leave little bits of lye in there, it will burn people, and we don't like burning people. So we just wait, and we be patient, and let all the lye dissolve, and do its little process. By the way, you guys, can I tell you I really fucking love soap? Like, I really love soap. Okay, anyways. Oh. So I'm just gonna stick blend. You want to blend the entire time you're pouring, I'm gonna just stir the oil a little bit too. And then you want to pour slow to eliminate bubbles as much as possible. And then the thing about soap, and especially goat milk soap, is it moves quickly. So goat milk especially, this will become like hard and chunky relatively quickly. And that is exacerbated by how much I stir it, and then as soon as I add the fragrance, it'll speed up that process as well. So I'm just barely mixed it so that it's just barely emulsified, and I'm gonna split up my soap into my colorants. And then I just use mica, and I put some sweet almond oil in there to make it mix better. Let's see. Ooh, that's why you wear eye protection right there. For color, I shorted my white a tiny bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna scrape whatever's left in here. And so yeah, the process for the Heretic is pretty cool. I'll show you in a minute, but I do have to move fast because like I said, this will become hard pretty quickly. And especially because the way I make the Heretic is so intricate, it takes kind of a minute. So we'll see. Okay, so I got that scraped. I'm gonna prop this up just a tiny bit, and I'll show you why in a minute. And then I'm just gonna mix these a bit. Again, not too much because I want it to stay as fluid as possible. And I'm going light to dark because I don't want black in my white. And then all the tapping that I'm doing is to remove bubbles, hopefully. A little bit of bubbles is fine, really, but we want as few as possible. Okay, so now I'm gonna add fragrance, and I do this at the end because, like I said, this will speed up that process. And I'm only gonna add a little tiny bit to the white because this fragrance tends to make change the color a little bit. It makes it kind of dark. So I'm going to put most of it in the dark colors. And then just barely stir. And now I'm going dark to light, which yes, I'm going to get a little bit of yellow with my white, but I don't care. Okay. So now, I hope you can see this, you probably won't, it's okay. I'm gonna do 3-second pours down the side. And I'm alternating colors. I have to move kind of fast, so I'm sorry if it gets awkward and quiet. So the reason I count is to keep the pours as consistent as I can. But as the soap hardens up, like thickens up, the counts will have to get a little longer to make up for that. So I start doing like a longer 1, 2, 3, and then I do a 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is still pretty liquid right now. You can't see anything. I'm sorry. It looks pretty cool in here right now. I gotta figure out how to film this better. I might make a giant mess, who knows? So this one is more of a 4-pour. 4-pour. It's not quite as liquid anymore. gotta pour gently too because I don't want it to break through and go down. I'm trying to, you can't see the pattern, but I'm making a cool alternating swirl thing. I can't, oh, you can kind of see that. I don't know if you can tell that the consistency has changed, but it's a lot thicker now. So this one is going to be a slow 4-pour. It just smells so fucking good. And now I really gotta start moving fast. And we're gonna have a globby layer on the end there. So that was a 5-second pour. Well, I don't know about seconds, but I'm counting. It's only a little bit awkwardly quiet. And we're almost out of soap, so that's good. Yeah, this is thick now. When I do basically the rest, whatever pours out now. It ain't much. Okay. I'm gonna try and move these while I do this so that you guys can see this next part because it'll be cool. Kind of moving. When whatever's left in these tins, containers, whatever, I'm gonna use for the top, so it's, I'm not like scraping it out. And so this is gonna be 2 batches. All right, let me be quiet. We're gonna concentrate. Can you see, kind of? I don't know if you can see just how cool that is, but it makes really cool patterns. So now I'm going to scrape this to get the rest and try to keep the pattern and not make gray mush, but I'm probably going to make some gray mush. Oh no, I still kind of got a pattern so far. So what this should be is like a layer, I don't know if you guys saw my last batch of Heretic. That's what we're going for. I'm gonna just tap these to make sure there's no like air pockets. And then I am gonna use this hanger thing to swirl them just a tiny bit. I don't wanna over swirl because I already have so much going on in there. Okay, I'm gonna tap one more time. And then I'm gonna clean this off because it's all brown. I'm gonna do the top. So now I'm just gonna scrape whatever's left. And make lines. So we're gonna play with these in a minute. Light to dark. I really like this color scheme. I love yellow. I know you guys, if you know anything about me, you probably know this. But I really like yellow. and green. So my yellow and green and brown and white and black. So I don't really like that. I'm just mumbling because I can't feel my paint. We saved it. It's okay. I didn't knock it off. I do that frequently though. Just want to do it with company. So I'm just making lines of every color, and then you'll see how we do the swirl pattern. I don't know if this is like totally boring for you guys, but this is like probably the coolest thing in the world to me. I really, really like soap. And I wish you guys could smell this, hickory and suede. It's so nice. I'm like shaking a little bit. I'm sure it's probably hard to imagine, but like I still get really nervous about being on camera at all. I hate it, I really hate it. Okay, black. So this will make 2 batches, so that's like 20 bars of soap. And their process is not even nearly complete. They're gonna have to sit in the freezer for a bit to make sure they don't get too warm. Then I gotta cut them and scrape them. Okay, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, whatever, not enough time. So I'm not sticking it all the way down because I don't want to mess with the pattern on the inside. So it's just this chopstick is just barely in here. So we're just playing with the top, hopefully. Can you see? Kind of. And so the top's always fun. I do like different things for every, each batch or whatever. Sometimes I put sparkles on them. Yeah, who knows? I really am digging this one. I've been doing it a lot lately. I like the way it looks a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna tap it one more time. Make sure I didn't add any weird pockets. So this is what we've got. So also I got to put this in the freezer really quick, and I will try to remember to film myself cutting it tomorrow. Like my banner, we don't mess around with marketing around here. Okay.